So my experience on day one of the Assess Core certification was, for me, I would say very enlightening. I've had the opportunity to work with a third-party consultant who has taught me a lot about the Assess products, but it was the first time that I was really able to see the connection between the different tools that are available, such as the 360 or the personality assessment. I think the second piece really around the day one core certification was really understanding that the system is actually allows me to do some tweaking or adapt it to my particular organization, really around competencies. Well, definitely a big takeaway from the training that I received in the day one certification was, first of all, the number of organizations that are already using the product and the depth that the organizations that are also in the training are experiencing, and the results, linking the competencies and customizing them for my particular organization is huge. The organization I work with actually has 8 cultural traits, and I didn't understand that I can actually use those core competencies and map them to the actual competency database that's available. And I think the last takeaway really is, once again, just a better in-depth knowledge of the tools and systems, actually from the experts here who have actually done a lot of research and created the tools. So the products and services that I actually received through Sage Concepts and Dr. Ron Beasley, who I've been working with for about 3.5 years, for me have been just a remarkable experience in bringing an integrated approach into my organization. When I started with Dr. Ron Beasley and Sage Concepts about 3.5 years ago, we were actually exposed to Dr. Ron through our CFO. And so I already had support from the gentleman who would basically fund the project, which was great. And we've been able to work very closely with Dr. Ron to build competencies, to take a very holistic and systematic approach to our organization to help grow the culture, to hire the right people, and then, of course, as we're looking at succession planning now, to find tools that are going to help fuel the future for the organization I'm with. So in asking about the type of results that we've received through the use of the tools with the Assess products, I think the most dramatic and noticeable result that I've had in my organization has been really centered around our accounting team, about 20 folks. When I joined the organization 5 years ago, we had an accounting team that had an engagement score a little less than 40%. It was not uncommon to lose 2 or 3 senior accountants a year. In the period of about 3.5 years, where we have come to is they recently did an employee engagement study for the company I'm with, and we moved our score to about a 79%. So still not the best engagement in the company, but a substantial change. We have not lost any of our accountants in the past 1.5 years. We have restructured the organization, matching up teams by their strengths and some of their learning opportunities. And we have our 4 key accounting managers actually setting development plans with each of their accountants. My experience working with the Assess Systems team has, for me, been truly tremendous in the sense I feel like everyone I interact with really wants to help me. In May of this year, we had the crazy idea, based on our operations request, to teach 250 people how to take the personality assessment. And this was the first time in 3.5 years that our operations people were really excited to do this. And so I spoke to Dr. Ron Beasley, and he actually reached out and connected me with Dr. Carol Jenkins. Correct? Okay, Dr. Carol Jenkins. And, you know, she was on the phone, made a visit to San Mateo, California, where I'm located, and actually walked through the process of how I can make this work with Dr. Ron for 250 people, sent without question the T-charts, walked us through how we could actually do this in about a 2.5-hour session so that we can introduce really the personality assessment to the organization. Where we're at now is, again, I'm getting more coaching, not only from Dr. Ron, but I pick up the phone, I speak to Dr. Jenkins, I speak to anyone in customer service who can help me, and I get the answers I need immediately. Adjectives that I would use to describe the Assess systems is, number 1, flexible. I actually didn't realize that until I took the first day of the core certification, that I can adapt it to my organization. I think the other set of adjectives that I would use, it's really a systematic and a systemic approach to people development, to culture development, and of course to the success of an organization. In my experience, I've had the opportunity to work with many different tools, and this is actually one of the first tools that I feel as an internal consultant gives me the authority, the privilege, the knowledge of being a strong inside partner for the organization that is really founded in a lot of research and a lot of fact, and that I can gain the credibility that I need to help my organization.